ever get frustrated with how slowly science seems to move?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Like, we've got all these brilliant minds out there,
Right.
but the whole system just seems to be holding them back.
Uh-huh.
Well, today we're diving deep into a platform
Okay.
that's trying to change all that.
Interesting.
It's called SciNet,
Okay.
and it's all about this new thing,
Mm.
this decentralized science movement you might have heard.
Oh, yeah, DeSci, right.
DeSci, yeah, exactly.
With the blockchain and all that.
Blockchain's a big part of it. Basically using technology
Yeah.
to totally shake up the way research is done.
I mean, it makes sense.
Totally.
There's so much that's kind of frustrating
Yeah,
about the way traditional science works.
for sure.
SciNet's tackling all that stuff head on.
Okay, so how?
Well, think about it. In traditional science,
Mm-hmm.
you often have really limited access to resources.
Definitely.
So much research is hidden behind these paywalls.
Paywalls.
And the whole process of getting research validated,
Mm-hmm.
it's just so slow and opaque.
It really is. Like, nobody knows what's going on behind the curtain.
Exactly.
So is SciNet, like, pulling back the curtain then?
That's the idea. They're
Yeah.
saying, hey, let's flip the script.
Okay, I like it.
And it's not just for scientists either.
Oh, okay, interesting.
SciNet wants to give you, the listener, more power.
Okay, now we're talking. So what does that actually look like?
So imagine a world where you can easily access like all the latest cutting-edge research.
Ah,
You can see how discoveries are actually validated as it's happening.
in real time.
Yeah. And you can even contribute to the process yourself.
Whoa, that's pretty amazing. So it's like citizen science, but on a whole other level.
Exactly. SciNet's building that future right now.
This is really exciting stuff. Okay, so let's break down SciNet a bit more.
Sure.
They say they're all about empowering innovators,
Right.
fostering collaboration, and creating a more open scientific community.
Uh-huh.
But how do they actually put that into practice?
Well, one of the biggest things they're doing
Yeah,
is making it way easier to access and understand research.
that'd be huge.
Imagine you're trying to learn about, say, the latest advancements in gene editing.
Mm-hmm.
Traditionally, you'd have to go through tons of these dense academic papers.
Oh, yeah. Even for experts, that can be overwhelming.
Absolutely. It can
Yeah.
be a nightmare. But with SciNet,
Yeah.
they've got this thing called the Research Compass.
Okay, what is that?
It basically guides you through all of that data,
Oh, cool.
points you to the most relevant and reliable sources.
It's like having your own personal research librarian.
Exactly.
That's awesome. But even if you find the right research, sometimes just understanding it
Why not?
is a huge challenge in itself.
It is.
Those papers can be so jargon-filled and complex.
That's where SciNet's contextual summarization comes in.
Okay, tell me more about that.
So they use AI to take those dense papers and create these really clear summaries.
Nice.
They highlight the main takeaways.
So it's like Cliff Notes for science. I love it. That would be so helpful for, well, really anybody.
Yeah, whether you're a scientist just trying to keep up with your field,
Right.
or just somebody who's curious about a specific topic.
So that's making research more accessible. But how do we know that the information on SciNet is actually reliable?
That's a great question.
Like in traditional science, you've got peer review,
Right.
which, it's not perfect, but it's supposed to weed out the bad research.
Yeah. Well, SciNet uses something called proof of research.
Proof of research. Okay, what is that?
So discoveries are validated on the blockchain.
Okay.
Think of it like a digital ledger
Uh-huh.
that's public and basically tamper-proof.
Okay.
So when somebody publishes a finding,
Mm-hmm.
it's not just their word.
Right.
It's backed up by this immutable record,
So it's like a built-in fact checker for science.
pretty much.
That's pretty impressive. What about collaboration?
Yeah.
Because the best science often happens
Absolutely.
when people work together.
Yeah, when brilliant minds come together.
So how does SciNet promote that online?
So first of all, it gives researchers a platform to actually connect,
Okay.
no matter where they are in the world.
So they can share data.
Yeah, they can share data, they can discuss ideas,
Uh-huh.
they can even co-author papers.
So it's like a virtual research lab.
Exactly.
That's pretty cool. What about those times when you're researching something and you feel like you're missing a crucial connection?
Oh, yeah.
Like there's a piece of the puzzle out there,
Right.
but you just can't seem to find it.
SciNet has a tool for that too. It's called the Dynamic Knowledge Graph.
Dynamic knowledge graph. Okay.
It's basically like a map
Uh-huh.
of scientific knowledge.
Okay.
And it uses AI
Right.
to find these connections between research,
Okay.
even from different fields,
Interesting.
that might not be obvious at first glance.
So for example, if I'm researching the effects of climate change on coral reefs,
Yeah.
The dynamic knowledge graph might connect that research to stuff about, I don't know, ocean acidification or even fish migration patterns.
Yeah.
It's about seeing the bigger picture.
Yeah, it's like putting those puzzle pieces together.
That's really cool. This is all so fascinating.
It is.
So we've talked about how SciNet makes research more accessible, how it ensures that information is reliable,
Right.
and how it promotes collaboration. But what about the community aspect?
Yeah.
Like, how are everyday people, like our listeners, involved in all of this?
Well, SciNet recognizes that scientific progress
Yeah.
isn't just about scientists.
Right.
It's about a whole community of people who are passionate about science.
Okay.
So they've created ways for anybody, whether you're a student or a researcher or just someone who's curious to
Okay.
get involved.
So how can our listeners actually participate?
Well, first of all, you can join the SciNet community.
Okay.
They have these forums and discussion groups where you can connect with other science enthusiasts.
Cool. Share ideas and learn from experts.
So it's like a social network for science nerds.
Pretty much.
I like it.
It's a great way to keep up with what's happening in DeSci.
Awesome.
And if you want to do more, you can actually contribute to research projects.
Wait, really?
Yeah, SciNet has this system where researchers can post open calls
Wow.
for people to collaborate.
So you're telling me that someone without a science degree could actually help with cutting-edge research?
Absolutely.
That's incredible. This is really opening up science to everybody.
It is. That's the beauty of decentralized science.
I'm loving this. Okay, we're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we'll dig into some of the challenges that SciNet is facing as it tries to change the world of science. So stay tuned.